Do you want to hear my story?
Absolutely.
I was fighting in the UFC. Did that for a long time, and I fought Vitor Belfort, who's a renowned steroid cheat.
Juiced up
beyond control. You can see a side by side of what he looked like when he came off the steroids. But anyway, whatever.
Whatever. Because I was also cracked by somebody else. Like I did a stupid thing, but also I didn't sign up to do what I was actually doing that hurt me. You didn't sign up to fight a guy on PEDs. You didn't. No, definitely not. Do you ever wake up fucking pissed off at Vitor still?
Nah. I think he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
I don't waste any mental energy on him.
I mean, look at that. That's the guy right there through a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Certainly this
Maybe
asshole.
this is not the best way to deal with this mentally, but...
You just got to let it go. You got to deal with it. You can't let that shit make you... what's the word I'm looking for? Can't carry that burden on your shoulders, Jeff.
So you
I
fought a guy on
I fought
steroids.
Vitor Belfort. He kicked me in the head. A few months later, whenever I was in a restaurant, because restaurants are always dark, I'd be like... wiggling my fingers and I couldn't see them. And I remember at one dinner I said to the prawn, I said, just do that there. I said, can you see your fingers? And everyone was like, yeah. And then everyone was making fun of me at the table and whatnot. Anyway, it started off here, and then by the end of it my hand would be there and I couldn't see. And I was sitting at my kitchen counter one day and I couldn't fucking see that. And I'm like, this isn't right. So then I Googled it. And of course, anytime you Google something, it's like if you fucking say, I've got a lump.
I have AIDS.
You've got AIDS.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
So anybody said detached retina. So I called up I Googled retina doctors. It turns out there was one right by my house. So I called them up and I say, yeah, hi, I think I've got a detached retina. They said, why do you say that? I said, well, because when I put my fingers in front of my face and wiggle them, I can't see them. They went, oh, you need to come in right now. So I went in, they did the test, they dilate your eyeball and all that stuff. They went, yeah, you've got very much a detached retina. You need to have surgery right away. So then the next day I had surgery. They fixed it, and all I was concerned about was my fight career. I was getting ready for another fight. I recovered from the surgery and we were sparring too hard like idiots. And here's how you know you're sparring too hard, because I redetached my retina and one of my sparring partners broke his hand on my head. So we're definitely sparring too hard. Anyway, I was doing some press for the fight in LA and I was driving home and I was driving down the 5. And as I was driving, it was like curtains just closing. It just went shh. The vision went like that, and there was just a little strip in the middle. It was fucking bizarre. So I was freaking out. So
this was post-surgery?
Yeah. Post-surgery. So then I went in to see the doctor again. They said, unfortunately, scar tissue developed, which just happens sometimes, and that caused it to redetach. So then I had surgery again. They fixed that. I was told to take things very, very easy. Don't do anything that can get your heart rate up. Don't exercise or anything like that, because the blood pressure might cause it to redetach. So I was having to take it very, very easy.
Don't smoke weed, because they said it messed with your eyes?
They never told me that, no.
Man, my fucking doctors. I
that-
could have been smoking weed the whole time.
You could have been smoking weed. Well, I'm going to get to glaucoma in a minute. They say that helps glaucoma, don't they? Because that's what fucked me up, glaucoma, in the end. I went for a walk with my wife and my son. He's only like 3 or 4 then. And I had him on my shoulders.
Callum.
Lucas.
But you do have a son named Callum?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you fight him if you want, Jeff. I wouldn't recommend it.
I don't.
You're like number one in the world.
I sneezed
I
this morning.
wouldn't recommend it, mate.
I think I'm getting
like
a cold.
number one in wrestling or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
but he was telling me he's really good.
No, he is good. So anyway, I went for a walk and I started having a headache. And I get home and the headache now has progressed and it's fucking bad. And I mean bad. So anyway, I don't know why I laid face down on the floor because it just felt better. And then within an hour, the headache was like, I'm telling you, nothing you've ever experienced in your life. My fucking head was just pounding and pounding, and I was screaming in agony. So my wife calls up my surgeon, because we had his personal number. I said, Michael's face down on the floor. He's in fucking agony. He's screaming, because I was howling in agony. Doctor says, well, I'm about to go into surgery, so I can't do anything. But go to this doctor. So he gave me a doctor's address in Garden Grove. My wife drove me there, and I walked in, and they did a test to test the pressure on the eye. And a regular person's pressure is between 9 and 20, right? And the pressure on my eyeball was 85. And the doctor said he'd never seen pressure that high. I'm telling you, the fucking pain, it felt like my head was going to explode. First of all, they sent me to another hospital in Downey. So I go there, and they said, what it is, you're draining your eye. Because if you touch your eyeball, it's wet. That's because water is constantly going in. But you have a drain in your eye, so the water comes out. So it's always a fresh supply. Glaucoma is when that drain gets blocked and then the pressure in the eye is building up because of the water. So if you imagine like a balloon on the end of a tap filling with water, what's going to happen?
It's going to pop.
It's going to fucking pop. So they said, right, go to this
Inappropriate.
hospital. They can do a procedure where they use a laser. They shoot the laser in the eye. That'll clear the drain. So I go there. That didn't work, but they sent me on my way with some drugs to, fucking mong me out.
So just timeline wise, because I watched your documentary and you're driving the car when you talk about this, and you're like, yeah, one thing led to another, and I fucking lost my eye. Now you're getting detailed into it, and this is what I wanted.
Well,
to hear.
yeah, because back then I was still fighting, so I had to fucking play this down majorly. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't talk about it too much. Now I'm retired.
This is after one surgery, and this is how long?
No,
since
I've had
the
two
initial-
surgeries now, and this is like a couple of months after that surgery, and I'm like feeling good, starting to walk again. And anyway, so as I say, I went to this hospital. They lasered my eye. They gave me some pills. I went on my way. I went there about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They started at 9 a.m. It got to like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still laid in bed, and I'm fucking just like
And
that.
you probably don't fucking take any pain meds or nothing, huh?
No. Well, fucking, I'll take whatever I can if I'm in fucking pain, mate. I'm not a hero. It was bad. So my wife calls my doctor in the middle of the night, and he says, "What? He's still in fucking pain." He said he needs emergency surgery right now. So they booked me in with this doctor in Pasadena. We had to leave the kids. They were only young, but we had no choice. I had to go right then and there because the fucking pain, you got no idea. It was incredible. So we leave the kids because like Callum was like 11 or 12. You know what I mean? Ellie was 10. Lucas is like 3. We're like, oh, fuck it, come on, let's go. So we locked the doors. Thankfully, there was no fire. We drive to Pasadena, and when we get to Pasadena, there's a doctor outside with 2 nurses, and I get there, and I'm like a bear with a sore head. I'm like, fuck this motherfucker, fucking cunt bitch, fuck you, all this shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm just in so
Fuck
much
Vitor
pain.
again.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. And then I go in. Doctor sticks a needle in my eye.
I got mental problems.
It's not your fault. You got cracked in the fucking head pretty hard. So obviously affects the way you think. Needle in the eyeball. Anesthetic, pain goes. I'm apologizing to all the doctors. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, shit, because I was a fucking lot. I was a lot to deal with when I got there, but I was bad. And they went, no, it's fine. They said, right, what we need to do is we need to put a drain in your eye. And he pulls out this little piece of plastic. He said, we're going to put this into your eye. And I said, right, well, can I fight again with that? He said, Michael, don't worry about that. That shouldn't be your concern right now. I said, well, that is my concern. That's how I make a living. I fight. And he said, there was a heavyweight champion that shall remain nameless, a boxer, that we did this procedure to, and he was still able to fight. I said, right, okay, fuck it, let's go, let's do it. They put me out, they give you a drip and all that shit. You fall.
Did they let you listen to a song when you were going out?
Did not. No, what was yours?
They gave me Pink Floyd.
That's nice.
Comfortably numb, and it was just a little pinprick, and then I went out to that. I was like, I don't care if I die, and fucking.
It's a nice feeling. It's good.
Terrifying because you don't know what you're gonna wake up to.
Yeah, well, here's what I woke up to. Get ready for this. So I'm unconscious, obviously. Then I come round. I'm strapped into the bed, and I come round early, and I start fucking freaking out, shaking like crazy. And the doctor's like, oh, calm down. We're almost done. You've just come round a little bit early. We're almost done with the procedure. Anyway, I see a fucking needle come right in. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Does that. And then the pain was times 10 than before. But before it was like a really, really bad, like dull ache, but just insane. This was sharp. This was an incredibly sharp pain. And the doctor's like, they're freaking out. What's going on? I'm like, the pain's like, what? Like before? As bad as before? I'm like, worse. And I'm thrashing in the bed. So then a fucking another needle comes in, more anesthetic. And the next minute they put me back under. I come round the next day. I'm in a hotel room. I come round. And then a nurse came in, and I heard her talking on the phone, and I know what happened. The iris, the coloured part of your eye, is like a gel disc. And when they put the drain in, they fucked it up. This is to my understanding. I'm sure a doctor would say this is a little inaccurate, but this is my understanding of it. And the drain kind of sucked the iris into it. The iris was kind of like mingled in with the fucking drain. So they had to undo all the surgery and then redo it. And then when I came around from that surgery, I never saw out this eyeball again. And I've looked into it. Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations.
Well, I wanted to sue the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.